the head coach, Jonathan Gannon, was talking with Burns and Gambo yesterday in Arizona about the decision, and he was asked
Burns
this.
and Gambo?
Is it safe to say that the way that Jacoby Brissett has been playing, that even if Kyler was healthy, that you still would have came to the same conclusion?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hypothetical to me, but yeah, I like where we're at right now with the offense moving forward.
So there's your answer. Jacoby Brissett's going to be the guy moving forward, and it feels to me like Jonathan Gannon looks at this and goes, I'm 12 games under 500 in Arizona as a head coach. I got to try and get this thing turned around, or else I'm going to be out of a job, and I'd rather trust my future in the hands with Jacoby Brissett than I would with Kyler Murray at this point, who I don't know if he's going to stay healthy.
100%. I mean, remember, some people had high expectations for them this season. I'm not going to say who those people were, but some people had high expectations.
Great wasn't point. Me.
Great point.
Yeah, wasn't me.
Was it you?
Nah, man. I said Seattle was the dark horse for the West.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, I said, look, everybody out here sweating the Cardinals.
Hey, give him a hug for me. Give him a hug for me, Jonas.
Little shorty out here, calamari, and some cocktail sauce. But me, I stood steadfast. I said, watch what Sam Darnold does.
Go give that man a hug for me.
Yeah. Watch what he does when he gets out there to Seattle. It's going to be crazy.
Great point.
Yeah.
I remember that.
In all seriousness, he's got to start winning some games. I mean, if you're the ownership in Arizona, if you're the Bidwell family, like, what are you waiting on? I mean, you gave Cliff Kingsbury, it was a 3 years, into 4 years, and like everything in the first 3 years was going in the direction you wanted it to, and then in year 4, they had some injuries. It was a D-Hop. Remember, he couldn't play the first 6 games of that season, and they wanted to move in a different direction. And you hired Jonathan Gannon, and you moved on from Kingsbury, who's a bright, young offensive mind, a guy who continues to get head coaching interviews and opportunities potentially. But you bring in someone else who hasn't even get you anywhere close to that. So I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting move from the front office in general, because you signed him to the big second contract, and now you're just moving on. And I told you guys weeks ago, one of the teams I talked to said, yeah, we were hoping it wasn't going to be Jacoby. It was going to be Kyler Murray. We feel like it's easier to game plan against him, which, again, I was like, oh, wow, that's surprising. I feel like Kyler's mobility and everything else, they're like, no, if you keep him in the pocket, he can't see. I was like, oh, that's pretty obvious, I guess.
Dang.
I mean, it's just the reality of what I was being told. It's like, collapse the pocket around him, keep him in. You don't let him out. He has a hard time throwing over the middle. They basically just have to, lock down on the outside, and it's a wrap.
Well, it seems as though if you're able to defense an offense that way with a mobile quarterback, you have a you raise your chances significantly of being able to defense that team. We've seen it with Lamar Jackson. We've seen it, obviously, unfortunately, with the untimely injury to Jayden Daniels. I mean, you see it. Obviously we saw that take place with Buffalo doing the same exact thing to Patrick Mahomes. Like, if you can force that pocket, make that quarterback move and not allow him to escape over top of that pass rush or even underneath it and escape to the outside to buy that time, that your chances go up on having success against those type of quarterbacks. Kyler Murray is not on the level of a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or a Lamar Jackson. So when you're talking about his escapability and what that creates for your chances of success as a team, I would say it's safe to say that it's really your only real shot at having a high level of success on offense and being able to win games is based upon his ability to scramble, buy time to throw the ball or run. And so if that's the only thing you bring to the table of real significance and value, then I think that becomes more of, in some cases, it becomes more of a liability if you don't evolve your game to be able to do more on a more consistent basis.
So now what do you do with him? If you've just basically said,
Horse racing.
Okay,
Dang.
all right, fair.
I mean, how did you not come up with that? Yeah. You're a resident like horse racing expert.
Yeah, I just
No,
I feel
You didn't take it
like
seriously, did you?
I feel like Kyler Murray is being attacked because of his height, when there was a point in which they gave him that contract in which the conversation wasn't about his height, it was about how many video games he plays. Remember that one?
Yeah.
He doesn't study his film. That organization has a weird way of handling stuff. And there's been stories that have come out about, employees having grievances against, the way things are done there. I mean, they already clipped Jonathan Gannon's nuts earlier this year when they made him, they fined him $100,000 for the demarcado, lashing out on the sideline. And now he makes this move with the quarterback they gave all that money to. Are they just dealing Kyler Murray after the year? If this doesn't get turned around and Jonathan Gannon's out, do you just keep Kyler Murray then? Because you figure, okay, well, the coach who didn't want to play him, he's out, so we'll just roll with this guy since we already gave him the contract. It just feels like it's kind of a fork in the road for Kyler Murray, and if Jacoby Brissett plays even somewhat decent, he's not going to get that job back. And
If you thought he was playing video games before, can you imagine how comfortable he got on playing his video games after hearing this announcement?
Yeah.
Can I throw out an idea?
Sure. You want some game show music to do it?
No, I don't.
dang, that
can
would've
you just go
sounded
back
so
to
good.
baseball?
Yeah,
no,
Well,
come on.
What do you mean?
You're the contract guy. I mean, the A's drafted
Hasn't it been
him.
too long?
He's a damn good baseball
What do
player.
you mean too long?
He was a top
Go
10
back
pick.
and go play a few ones.
Yeah,
Nah.
top 10 pick. He's got skills. Do the A's still have his rights?
Why would you not play
The answer is
baseball
yes.
if you could play baseball in the first place? It's way more money. It's guaranteed. You ain't got to fight
first
what
off,
you're fighting with in football.
initially, hold on. Initially, it's not. Where he was drafted, that initial contract compared to where he was drafted in the NFL is not. And he accomplished what every player hopes to accomplish, and that's getting that big next second contract. I mean, I'm just saying, in a world where if you feel like you're going to be fighting for, whether it's a starting job or to convince an organization, or maybe you're a backup, and the money's still good, don't get me wrong, but he could also go into the baseball world and say, all right, maybe I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to go play baseball and see if I can't, get one of those big contracts there. Now, again, it's going to take some time, but I think he'd know in 2 or 3 years whether or not he's going to get there, or whether or not he's going to do it.